What is that trained individual, what are they going to be looking at when they show up at the house? What's the first things they start assessing to gather the information to give the right equipment recommendations?
So the most important thing about an air conditioning unit is not necessarily the air conditioning unit, it's actually how it's installed. The average piece of equipment, according to the National Comfort Institute, only delivers 58% of its cooling capacity, which means it loses 42% of its cooling capacity.
And if I could interject one thought there, that's a national average.
That's a national
If
average.
they did an Arizona specific study, it'd be worse than that.
Well,
That's what my gut tells me from the systems I've seen installed.
Yeah, so air conditioning systems deliver their cooling capacity through airflow. And most of the duct systems we see are undersized in one way, shape, or form. And the minute you reduce the airflow, you're reducing your cooling capacity. So we see units all the time that if you do something simple as like adding a return to it, you're going to increase that airflow, you're going to increase the efficiency of the equipment, you're going to increase how much cooling is actually delivered inside the house. So there's a lot more to, replacing an air conditioning piece of equipment than just the box, right? Like if a lot of these companies just focus on the box. We've got to look at how well your home prevents heat from coming in through your insulation. We've got to look at how airflow, how your system delivers airflow, how the airflow in your duct system works. We got to make sure your duct system's sealed properly. We got to make sure it's sized properly. We got to make sure you have proper filtration. The biggest challenge, I think, in air conditioning in Phoenix, Arizona is everybody has undersized filters, and then they go buy the $18 filter at Home Depot, and then they shut airflow off in the air conditioning system. Don't do it.
But I use the analogy, that's like asking a marathon runner to run a race and only breathe through a straw.
Exactly.
The entire race. Just breathe through this straw. You'll be fine.
Yeah, firefighter trying to put out a fire with a garden hose.
Yes.